Aloha. Welcome to TMDR, the Maui Daily Report for Thursday, March 20th, 2025, the first day of spring. I'm Chief John Johnson. These are some of the stories that may interest you today. Yesterday, the Maui Police Commission declined to place Police Chief John Pelletier on leave over allegations that he was involved in a sex trafficking conspiracy led by the disgraced rapper Sean Diddy Combs. The commission came to the decision after Pelletier's lawyer raised questions over a filing error that led the court to reject the entire civil case. The chief's lawyer also presented receipts to the commission, proving that Pelletier was nowhere near the area where the alleged crime took place. You can watch the meeting on Akaku Channel 53 or visit akaku.org. Members of the Maui County Council's Water and Infrastructure Committee have recommended full council passage of a bill to establish a process to expand regulated special flood hazard areas in the Maui County Code. Bill 28 would allow additional flood-prone areas to be included in special flood hazard areas for flood insurance purposes. The bill will also open the door to allow flood insurance premium subsidies, federal disaster money, disaster loans, and federal mortgage insurance for buildings in special flood hazard areas. What the bill won't do is keep the ocean from continuing to undermine structures built on coastal wetlands. The County of Maui Department of Human Concerns is asking for help identifying needs to help support Maui County residents and ways to improve existing programs. Residents from each of the 9 county geographical areas will be invited to participate in an online or telephone community survey questionnaire administered by Anthology Research Group in Honolulu. The survey is voluntary, confidential, and anonymous for participants. For more information, call 808-270-7805. While the new Republican-led federal budget resolution doesn't specifically mention Medicaid, U.S. Senator Mazie Hirono believes the GOP lawmakers would need to cut up to 1/3 of its $2.3 trillion Medicaid budget to achieve their federal spending goals over the next decade. Now, if Mazie Hirono is right, that would strip health coverage from nearly 140,000 Hawaii residents. She opposes the budget resolution put forth by the majority. Opposite U.S. Senator Mazie Hirono, Brian Schatz, and 9 other Democrats crossed party lines to support the resolution. He contends that, quote, a shutdown would enable Donald Trump and Elon Musk to unilaterally determine that the vast majority of federal workers are not essential. And given the number of federal workers in Hawaii, mass furloughs would be deeply painful for people across our state. End quote. He acknowledged that the choice was between a bad outcome and a worse outcome, but says the legislation mostly preserves Biden-era funding levels. Is Mr. Green going to Washington? He wants to. Governor Josh Green is asking for state money to open a new federal affairs office with staff in Hawaii and Washington, D.C., citing dramatic shifts in federal policy that have already unfolded under President Donald Trump's administration. Green seeks a new $1.3 million appropriation over the next 2 fiscal years to finance this 5-person office. Hawaiian Electric Industries and its subsidiaries faced torrents of bad news in 2024, like a reported net loss of $1.4 billion after the Lahaina wildfire, and stalled bailout measures at the state legislature. However, some HECO executives got massive raises. in the seven-figure range. The compensation data are laid out in detail in a report to shareholders filed with securities regulators on Friday. Some of the reasoning for that fat raise was because the executives brought companies back from the brink of bankruptcy in 2024 without imposing additional costs on customers. Shareholders will be able to vote for or against the raises during an annual meeting in May. We reported that the Asian Real Estate Association of America donated $30,000 to Ho'olaia Maui Akama Long-Term Recovery Group on February 28th. Now that nonprofit is partnering with 5 foundations as well as Habitat for Humanity to build 5 homes for wildfire survivors in Lahaina. Construction is set to begin in October as part of ongoing recovery efforts. This project plans to provide long-term housing solutions while preventing investor buyouts. Local construction companies will also be providing discounted labor and materials to help reduce rebuilding costs. While the Trump-Musk administration is moving to eliminate the Federal Department of Education, this week Senator Angus McKelvey explains what's the deal with Education Week at the legislature. The entire Capitol celebrates the good works that schools, students, and teachers do to help our keiki become the best citizens they can be. Here is Senator Angus McKelvey.
What's the deal with Education Week? Aloha, everybody. Senator Angus McKelvey, representing West and South Maui and a portion of Waikapu and Ma'alaia with you. This week is Education Week here at the Hawaii State Capitol. What this week does is an opportunity for the legislature to honor and recognize students and educators and our local school communities that are making such an impact in the lives of our young keiki every day. We take this opportunity to not only recognize, but also to celebrate and listen to the needs of our education community. Education is a priority for all of us. As such, some of the priorities we share with our local educators that we're working on this year include universal free school meals to ensure, especially given the threatened federal cuts, that our keiki can have good, nutritious meals in which to think, focus, learn, and thrive. Educator housing, so we can provide housing not only for teachers, but for critical support staff. And finally, innovative teacher recruitment, including incentivizing local students to become teachers in their own communities. Because we've seen in West Maui, when our local kids can come back and be teachers in their schools, they will stay at the schools and often rise to the positions of vice principals or other higher level staff to continue that type of aloha into the schools that they themselves came from. I'd like to take a moment to recognize 2 of our own teachers, which we'll be honoring on the floor tomorrow. Jesse O'Neill Press from Kihei Elementary, and of course Kumo Eva Palakiko of Lahaina Luna, both of whom are doing amazing jobs in South and West Maui with our community and educating our keiki, celebrating and recognizing our cultural heritage, and teaching them the pono things that they can do to become good citizens in the future and be part of the fabric of our communities forevermore. I want to thank our educators and, of course, my own teachers out there. And what they've demonstrated to me, as they have everywhere, is patience. And for them, I give them a super huge aloha. And to all our educators and teachers, aloha for all the hard work you're doing each and every day. It's not easy, but we appreciate everything you do from the bottom of your heart, and my heart especially. So from all of us to all of you, aloha for everything you're doing. And we look forward to being with you, Maui, next week.
The Maui Housing Hui reports tenants and landlords are unsure of the full implications of the Landlord-Tenant Code, which can lead to misunderstandings. To help both renters and landlords navigate these challenges, Maui Housing Hui is hosting a free renters' rights training on March 24th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the J. Walter Cameron Center in Wailuku. How about a home made out of old surfboards? The surf block system, developed by surfer and architect David Sellers, uses a non-wood building material that already exists within the industry. He built his first home with the material over a decade ago on the mainland. He says it takes only about 1 to 2 months worth of surfboard waste from a flagship store in HECO to produce enough material to build a 2,000 square foot home on Maui. Sellers and Hawaii Off-Grid started developing this technology here 2.5 years ago with the support of a green grant from Maui County. Its main purpose was to divert the waste from the landfill, but ever since the 2023 Lahaina wildfires, the material has a new appeal: fire resistance. Maui Arts and Cultural Center has announced the winners of the Ruth Friedman People's Choice Award and Gene Friedman Artist's Choice Award for Schaefer Portrait Challenge 2025. The exhibition continues in Schaefer International Gallery at Maui Arts and Cultural Center through March 22nd. Now that's this Saturday. You can enjoy this portrait challenge through this Saturday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. So check it out before it's over. It is worth seeing. The public may now vote and comment on 2 design themes included in the second community survey for the South Maui Quick Build street art project designed to create a community-driven art design at the intersection of Kenoleo Road and Alulike Street. You may vote at this link below. Former Maui resident John Wilt will present a one-man show of Tony Bennett and Dean Martin songs at 6 p.m. March 21st at the Maui Coffee Addict, and then perform songs by Sinatra at 7 p.m. March 22nd at the historic I'au Theater. A former University of Hawaii Maui College professor living on Maui for 21 years and now residing in Virginia, Wilt auditioned for America's Got Talent in 2011. Speaking of serenading, up next we're going to show you a dog that sings. And that's why the Maui Humane Society named him JT for Justin Timberlake. Here's a pup you very well may want to take home.
Aloha kako. JT is my Humane Society's Pet of the Week. JT has been waiting for over a year to find his forever home. JT came to MHS in November 2023 after being found chained to a tree, scared and crying. Thankfully, some kind people rescued him and brought JT to the shelter. JT has spent some time in foster homes and he thrives when he's in a home environment. JT struggles in the shelter, but with the right family, we'll know he'll shine. JT loves toys, going on walks, car rides, and of course, treats. Rolling around in the grass and getting lots of affection are his favorite things. Oh, and he has a beautiful voice, so that's why we call him JT, short for Justin Timberlake. If you're looking for a loyal companion who will fill your life with love and joy, JT is your guy. Found kittens in your neighborhood? Before stepping in, ask yourself this question. Are they visibly sick or injured? If not, then leave that kitten where it's sitting. Oftentimes, mom cat is nearby hunting for food and will be back shortly. Mom knows best, and she offers their strongest chance for survival. If she does not return within 10 hours, contact My Humane Society for the next steps to take in helping them. Learn more at myhumanesociety.org/foundkittens.
Man. Spring has sprung, and with the water heating up, it is time to go fish. Spring activities have begun. Here, Rising Tide covers the first annual Spring Wahine Fishing Tournament from 2022. Enjoy.
Hi guys, it's Kathleen Birmingham here coming from Alaya Harbor. We are waiting for our scale to open and we are waiting for all our tournament boats to come in. Our Spring Wahine first annual fishing tournament kicked off today. We have 21 participants and that is just amazing for our first tournament. I want to thank you so much for everybody who entered and everybody who's participating, all of my helpers that helped me put this on together, and I gotta thank our donors. Big shout out to Brian Yoshikawa at Maui Sporting Goods, Fito and the crew at New Maui Fishing Supply, Curtis Chonky for hooking me up with a sponsor through the Kind. We got some great fish bags, great prizes, lots of coolers. It's going to be a blast tomorrow, so I can't wait to see who the winners are going to be, and I'm sure you guys are on the hook too. So we'll catch you guys later. Good job, guys. Okay, go. Yeah! Love it. Love it.
Some nice looking fish in that tournament. Well, that's it for today's Maui Daily Report. Mahalo for joining us, and please keep watching Akaku channels 53, 54, and 55. You can watch Akaku at akaku.org or on your phone 24/7 with our app Maui Stream. This is how we stay connected.